Hey everybody, it's Mel. Thanks so much for checking out my channel, Mel's Fitness. Today's going to be the first video in the series I'm calling Form and Fitness. Form to keep you safe and fitness to make you feel good. Let's get started. Today I want to talk about the squat, a super awesome exercise you can pretty much do anytime, anywhere. You just want to make sure you do it right. So feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance, and what you want to do is imagine that you're sitting back in a chair. So when you're in a squat, you always want your knees to be in line with your ankles. So you want to avoid those knees ever coming past the toes. That puts a lot of pressure on the knees. So coming into your squat, imagining that you're sitting back in a chair, keeping the knees in line with the ankles. So what you can do here is have a quick look down. Can you see your toes? If you can't see your toes, you want to come up a little bit or sit further back. So knees in line with the ankles, I can see my toes. So I want to talk about the lower back now. The lower back, kind of a big deal. We want to keep it safe. How do we keep the lower back safe in a squat? You want to make sure that you engage your abdominals. So pulling the belly button into the spine and then coming out of your squat, you want to make sure that you engage the glutes. So coming up nice and slow with control and then really squeezing those glute muscles right at the top. Good job. We're going to do one more just like that. So again, sitting back in the chair, keeping those knees in line with the ankles. Have a quick look down. I can see my toes. Perfect. Abdominals pulled in, protecting the back. Awesome. And then coming up, using those glutes, really squeezing. And perfect. Perfect squat. So some of you might think that's kind of boring. I can do 100 of those and no big deal. So you want to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to teach you an exercise here that involves levels in your squat. So again, getting back into that position we just learned. Again, think about sitting back in a chair. Knees in line with the ankles. I can see my toes. Abdominals pulled in. Sternum is lifted. Now, instead of coming all the way up, what you want to do here is just maybe come up about 1.5 inches, then come back all the way down, and then using your glutes coming right back to standing, squeezing it right at the top. So I'm going to do that one more time. So coming right back down as if you're seated in a chair, knees in line with your ankles, I can see my toes, abdominals pulled in, then come halfway up, so about 1.5 inches or so, then come all the way back down, and then using your glutes, really squeezing all the way up. So playing with levels here really challenges the body, and maybe 3 sets of 15 of those and you'll already feel your quads and your glutes burning, I promise. I have one last exercise for you, sort of playing with those levels again. So coming into your squat position, feet a little bit wider than hip distance, abdominals pulled in as I sit back in the chair. So coming right back, sternum is lifted. From here, instead of coming all the way up, I'm going to again come about 1.5 inches, but we're going to go back down, come up 1.5 inches again. So we're going to stay in this plane. We're not going to come higher than 1.5 inches for probably 20 reps. So you're going to come right back down, you can see my toes, come up 1.5 inches, and then back down. So I like to call these pumps as opposed to bounces, because if you think bounce is going to put a lot of pressure on the knees, but you want to just come up with control and then down. I mean, I can feel these already. So you want to come up halfway and back down. Come up halfway and back down. And honestly, 3 sets of 15 or 20 of those and your legs are going to be vibrating, I promise. So try this workout, and if you have any comments or feedback, please feel free to leave me some messages below. I would love to hear from you, and I can't wait to see you again at Mel's Fitness. Thank you so much.